Hello everybody, it's Silvana and welcome back to the channel. I thought today we might talk, since it's getting a little closer to camp, we might talk a little about camp and we might talk about the book. So let's start with camp. It's the 23rd today. Camp starts on the 1st of July. So that gives me, counting today, well, it gives me a week. So 8 days if we're counting today, to finish my book. So this is where we're at with that. If you've not seen an episode before, or I know it's been a while since I've made a video, the green means that these chapters are completed. And the no color but little lines in the paper means there's at least something written in the chapter, and then blank means obviously it's completely blank. And we've talked about before that I don't show any of the actual manuscript due to my paranoid concern that somehow someone's going to see a part of a chapter and somehow take the whole story from me. I've said before, I know that idea is ridiculous and all like that, but I can't really shake that feeling. I can't make myself not think that way. And that's why I don't mind doing the daily vlogs for camp in July, since I'm rewriting something that's already a published entity, and it's not even my published entity, and I'm doing it for fun, not necessarily to be published or anything like that. So right now, I'm very close to finishing the writing on chapter 12. I have a solid handle on what's going to happen. We're at the end of the book for 13, 14, and 15. So overall, let's talk some numbers here. I thought I would need 100K to do a novel. I'm not going to get that. I'm right now at about 41 and a half, and based on what I have left in these chapters, I may hit, I'll definitely get to 45. I'll probably land somewhere between 45 and 50. Now, this is a zero draft, and I do know that I need to go back when I get ready to edit. I forgot to leave some breadcrumbs for my villain in the earlier chapters, and I need to clarify or be more show, less tell, a little more descriptive. So I think that count may edge in the end to about 50K. I really don't know, novel speaking, how that's sitting. So on your statistics, it'll tell you count. And right now we're sitting at, I'm going to call it 120, because by the time I finish chapter 12, that's where we'll be. So we're sitting at about 120 pages worth of paperback. And that seems low. For what I've been writing on average, which we've talked about is right around somewhere between 3,000 to 5,000 words. On average, that's 10 pages a chapter. So 15 chapters, we're looking at about 150 pages. Now, I haven't done extensive research and really looked, but of the books I've looked at on my shelf, my shortest book is Carrie at right around 190 pages. So I don't know. I really don't want to go and put. I don't mind a little bit more detail in a couple spots, and I know I need to put a paragraph or two for breadcrumbs here and there for my bad guy. Um, and that's going to be other than wording, grammar, and double check spelling. All I'm going to do for the first edit, and then I'm going to send it out to my 3 alpha readers, and then I'll go what they question from there. If they need more information, if I need to edit how things are going. My big problem, I feel the big problem in this, and maybe it's because I'm looking at it from the writer point of view and not the reader point of view, is this is part of the book where it should really start pumping. This, for me, in a normal novel, the last 3-4 chapters of the book is that part of the book where everything's happening and you don't really want to put it down because you just got to know what's going to happen next. And I don't feel that that's happening, and I don't know how to fix that. I don't know as a writer if I will ever feel that for the manuscript, that sorry, that push of, oh my God, everything, what you get at the end of the book. So I'm going to leave that to my alpha readers to tell me. And then once they get done and I get their feedback returned, then we'll go from there. Right now, with it being 8 days, I've been averaging somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 words a day the last few days, because I've changed how I'm writing, and I will probably make a video about that right before camp, because this is my plan on how I'm going to hit the number of words I need to hit to get the number I need for camp. But, so, I don't think I have 500 words more for this chapter. I'll have to relook through it and see where we're at, but I think 500 might be the max worth of words. So if I keep, we'll say 1,000 words, we're not even going to count this. So that would be 3, 6, 9 days if I keep it at 3,000 words a chapter. And I may not. And like we said, I don't have 9 days, I have 8. So that becomes the big thing I wanted to talk about, is if I am not 100% done with this, I am going to be awfully close when July the 1st rolls around. I don't want to work on this for camp for July. And the reason being for that is because I am so close to being finished. I started this when I did camp in April. Now, I didn't even know about camp until after midway through April. If you look back through my videos, you'll see when I found out. It was about the 16th or so of April, and I started this. So, I mean, it's a little over 2 months, but I'm going to call that 2 months for a manuscript, and I don't feel that that's bad. I don't know how that fares with other people's writing, and I also have to look at the fact that this is under 200 pages worth of a manuscript. This certainly is not the Stand or something like that by any stretch of the imagination worth the length. If I don't finish this by the 1st of July, I see my options as a write what I need to write for my words for camp, and then still try to write at least 500 words toward this as well. That is a lot of words in a day. I see my option 2 as allow some or all of the words, at least for the first day or two of camp, to be this if that's what it needs to be, so that I can finish it and then I can focus on what I'm supposed to be writing for camp. If I do that, I am almost guaranteed, unless I get really inspired, not to hit the 60K worth of words that I'm shooting for July. Now that's the other thing that I may be shooting myself in the foot for. This whole work is not 60K worth of words. It's taken me over 2 months. Now, it's my own work, and I've had problems with it, but still, it's not 60K worth of words. I'm relatively sure that what I'm rewriting is at least 60K worth of words. So I'm not concerned about not having enough words. I'm concerned about my ability, though I'm rewriting, to hit that number. And really, why am I pressuring myself to hit such a high number? I definitely want to do more than I did for April. I only did 10 for April. And so, I could push that and say, well, I did 10 and a half a month, so 20 for a month. Maybe give myself a little pressure, make that 25. And, because it's just supposed to be a fun exercise and giving myself a stretch and something I can show every day on a vlog. So it doesn't have to be 60K. Even if I cut that in half and said 30, that wouldn't be too bad. And then my other thing is, I love the idea of this because it's just an adventure in creativity, which at this stage I think I need, or I feel like I do. But I'm going to spend a month writing how many ever words it is, if it's 20K or if it's 30 or if it's 60K, how many ever words it ends up being. And then I have no plans of what to do with it. I don't plan to finish it. I don't plan to work on it for November's camp, or not camp, November's actual now. So why am I taking the time, other than just for the fun, to write this? I could write a short story, that's my own. I could start the next novel, that's my own. There's so many other options I could do. So that's 8 days before camp, and I'm thinking about completely changing what I'm gonna freaking do for camp. So thank you guys for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the do's. You know how they go. And feel free to throw your opinion in the ring. Should I go ahead with the rewrite of 50 Shades for fun, even though I'm not going to do anything with it? Should I go on to the next novel? Should I just write some short story piece of fluff of my own for funsies? I will not be editing this. I want this to sit for at least 30 days before I come back in and read it. And that's my second question for you lovely peeps out there. Microsoft Word, has a program built in that will read to you out loud what is written. Scrivener that I can find does not. So if you guys know, hit me up in the comments, DM me, and let me know, A, if Scrivener has a reading program, where is it hiding? Or B, what can I use since I don't currently have a copy of Microsoft Word to read this out loud? If you don't know, or I don't see many comments, because I don't get a lot of views on these videos yet, I guess what I'll have to do is sometime near the end of July, when I'm ready to start editing this, because I want to do camp first, of course, is buy a copy of Microsoft Word, which I was going to do after I bought this, but I haven't done that yet. So I've gone on way too long. Again, thank you for watching, and have a very great day.